Hey you all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the American highway system. We are currently in a car in the passenger seat, careening down the highway, and joining me is my beautiful wife, Christy.
Hi.
She's driving. We are actually, she was able to get some time off work, and we're going to take a week-and-a-half trip up. We're going to go up, and it's a rough trip. Where are we going?
We're going to Pembroke, Virginia.
Pembroke, Virginia. Okay, let's stop there. We're going to Pembroke, Virginia tonight. Then from there, we're going to head up north. I think we're going to go into Canada at some point, if I'm allowed in Canada. We're gonna find that out right at the border. And you got their passports, don't you?
Yes. Okay,
good. So yes, I think we packed everything. I think everything's going good. I actually had to drive back to the house because I shaved this morning, and somehow I left half a mustache on my face. So we had to turn around and go take care of that. And
I vote that is the most ridiculous reason we've ever had to turn around.
Most ridiculous reason ever?
Yeah.
I'll think of something more ridiculous. Anna is with my mom, so it's going to be just the two of us.
Yay.
Alone on the trip. I don't know, have we ever done just two of us this long? We've done like weekends, just the two of us.
We did New Orleans for a week.
Yeah, we did New Orleans for a week,
So that was 10 years ago.
That was 10 years ago, so for the first time in 10 years, we're going on a significant road trip. Just the two of us, and you guys can come along, and hopefully you'll enjoy it too. Oh yeah, she has her own YouTube channel, if you don't know. It's the Kennedy Rain on YouTube. She does a lot of live streams and some, little groupings in her secret garden. Check that out if you care to. So do you want to tell them what else is going on your channel?
Yeah, mostly it's a community channel. We also have a book club that we do once a month, or sometimes longer. But I am going to be adding some actual content, probably from my point of view. Some of the things that we see, or some things that you don't think are real great for your channel.
Are you going to be vlogging this trip, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. So there'll be some things on there from this trip, maybe from a different perspective, maybe from something that you don't think really fits your channel, but I think would fit mine.
Yeah, me and Kirsty do have some different interests when it comes to traveling. She likes kooky. She likes a little bit of kooky, wacky stuff sprinkled in there, but maybe not as intensely as I do.
I'm more of like a nature.
She likes nature and flowing water and flowers and things like that.
Shopping. Yeah.
But we'll have a good time. We'll meet,
We'll meet in the middle.
Meet in the middle and have time to spend with each other that we don't normally get to spend. So
I'm very excited.
I am too.
Oh, look at those Kudzu monsters. All those sorrowful, poor, pitiful souls. And a T-Rex right there.
What are you talking about?
These are like the big monsters.
So you're saying like monster shapes in the kudzu?
Yes. You don't see them?
Oh, yeah.
I always think they look like, poor, unfortunate souls.
Are you talking about the Ursula's like souls that she captured?
Poor, unfortunate souls. Exactly.
Alright, now entering Saltville, scenic Saltville, which is the salt capital of the Confederacy, which really is a interesting claim to fame. May have to do some research on that at some point. Alright, I guess there's only one way we're going to get to the bottom of this, and that is checking out the Museum of the Middle Appalachians. Maybe there'll be some information on the salt capital of the Confederacy, although their emblem is a woolly mammoth. Alright, they do have some official salt from the Museum of Middle Appalachia, so Saltville salt is only $2. Hey, check this out. We got a little albino raccoon. Hey, little salty fellow. You can hear the little frog down there. So how do you like the museum so far?
It's surprising.
Surprising?
Yeah.
I was just trying to explain to her how you make a Carpetbagger video. You don't stop and read the placards, because that just takes the time.
I was trying to figure out why it's the salt place of the Confederacy.
Okay, I'll film all the taxidermy animals. You figure out why it's called the salt capital of the Confederacy. Okay. As a Native American, he's using that atlatl there to spear this prehistoric giant beaver. A big old mammoth right there. And there's another mammoth peering up from the ceiling. Oh. So there's a fault line running right through town. So apparently the Union soldiers, like this one right here, actually attacked the town here to cut off the salt supply for the South during the war, because there's no way that they could win the war without any salt. This man's from the 10th Kentucky Cavalry Regiment. He was defending the salt mine against the Union soldiers. Look at that steely look. You'll take our salt over our cold, dead hands. Salt. Because that's what they always said. Whoever controls the salt controls the South. It says here that in Saltville they produce 23 tons an hour of salt is used in both food and industrial settings. It's a lot of salt. Here's what salt looks like before it is in your salt shaker. Okay, and apparently it actually ties into why there's mammoths here as well, because there's salt mining in the area. When they were digging for salt, they'd come up with giant skeletons, and they were, you know, hey, what's this giant elephant monster doing here? We need to figure this out. Now this is interesting. These are mystery objects. It simply says, what is it? It says this unusual object was found buried in the ground. It's feels heavy and is made of wood. 2 holes intersect near the center appear drilled and threaded. One side is flattened. What is it? I don't know. It looks like some sort of artificial coconut. So have you learned a lot about salt?
Not so much about salt, but these town people are very interesting.
What they did that was interesting?
Well, I was just reading something about a flood over there.
Yeah.
And the news report was that a child who was a child of the undertaker, her dad had come and brought 2 children and put them on the ironing board for families to claim. And that was like a news report.
Just like laid out? Like,
yeah.
Whose kids? Oh.
Whose kids are these?
It's dark times. Here's a paycheck stub of a mine worker, and he in 2 weeks he made 25 cents. That's the good life. So Christy, if you had to get shot by one of these bullets, which one would you get shot by?
I think this one here.
I think you just picked the tiniest one. Alright, we are spending the night in Pembroke, Virginia. We're actually renting a golf cart here at this hotel that we're staying at. But this isn't just an ordinary hotel. We'll show you where we're at when we get to the bottom of this hill.
I don't know about this. Just kind of let it go.
Give it some gas. Give it some gas. Oh, jeez.
Oh, okay. This is top speed.
Is this as fast as it goes?
Pretty much.
Oh, there we go. And here we are. All right, so Chrissy is you're more of an expert on what's going on here than I am, so
yeah.
Tell them where we're at.
I'm super excited, guys, because we are at the filming location for Dirty Dancing in Pembroke, Virginia. It is Mountain Lake Lodge, and some of it was also filmed at Lake Lure.
Lake Lure. In
North Carolina, which is only like an hour from our house, but
I guess this is the main lodge.
The main
lodge that was in the film was filmed here in Virginia. You said that I think there was some cabins and stuff, and the lake they used in North Carolina when they filmed it.
Yeah,
and see the lake right there.
We got us a room.
Yeah, we're actually staying the night.
We're staying the night. You guys will see footage of that. There's cabins, but best of all, guys, turn around.
What?
Go to that.
Oh, what? The lake?
No.
What? Oh, the pool.
No, the cabin.
Oh, the cabin. What's the significance of the cabin?
That's Baby's cabin.
Baby's cabin.
Yeah, that's where her and her family stayed.
Yes, that was the Baby's cabin right there. We might be able to get a little bit closer because remember what the Swayze dog says. Nobody puts Baby
in a corner.
In the corner, yes.
It's unmistakable.
So what was the song? It was
Which one?
For the movie.
Which one?
Like the big one. The big one.
The end song? I've had
that one, yeah.
the time of my life.
And I want it all. What's this gazebo right here? You said this was in the movie.
This was in the movie. This is where Penny gave dance lessons. And when they were looking for Penny after they found her, well, after Johnny's cousin and Baby found her in the... actually, it wasn't even Johnny's cousin. It was the jerk. The son of the Kellerman guy. Baby was with him on a terrible date, and they found Penny crying in the kitchen of the resort. And they came out here and told Johnny when he was giving dance lessons to someone else. And then third scene was when Baby's dad was sitting here with his back to the camera, and Baby comes and tells him, kind of gives him a lecture about her choices in life and things like that, and he's very disappointed in her.
Now apparently the lake is actually lower than it used to be. It's been, I guess it's been drained quite a bit.
A lot lower. See where the water line is around the edge?
So that like line right there, that's like where the lake is supposed to come to?
Yeah.
So in the movie, was the lake way bigger?
Yeah, much bigger and much closer to this. Like he was sitting looking out over the lake.
And here's actually a stone dedicated to Patrick Swayze. This is in the memory of Patrick Swayze, 1952 to 2009, for a starring role in the hit movie Dirty Dancing, and to his courageous battle with pancreatic cancer. And out here is where the most famous scene in the movie occurred, the infamous lift scene, where they're doing a dance routine, and Patrick Swayze lifts Baby out of the water.
And I would argue...
Well,
I would argue that's not the most famous.
What's the most famous scene?
The end. When he says nobody puts Baby in a corner, and then they do the lift for real. Okay,
in the comment section, what's the more important scene, the water lift scene or the baby corner lift scene for real? Leave a comment. All right, it's probably hard to see, but right there, with my finger, that cinder block in the water, that is what Patrick Swayze stood on when he was doing the lift scene here in the lake. Of course, again, the lake way lower than it used to be, so it used to come out all the way here and was deep enough where he would have to stand right there to lift up Baby. Hey, it's a very pretty area here. You can see the azalea bushes are still in bloom. It's the old boat dock here, and you can just see what a slant it's at. This used to be floating in the water. Water isn't even near it now.
Where Baby was carrying the watermelon.
I was here?
Evidently.
I don't know, there's a strange picture of a watermelon on the bottom of the boat dock. So a walking trail back here looks really beautiful. And here is Baby's cabin. Alright, so here is our room. It's actually a little smaller. Just got this one little bed. And what do you think of the room, Christy?
It's really romantic and quaint, but it's also got no AC.
Yeah, no AC. It's got this big fan. This big fan right here, but
and the windows.
And the window's cracked open. Yeah, no AC. That's a little different. Let's see what the bathroom looks like. The bathroom's kind of cool. Look at that tile floor. Got this old timey bathtub. But yeah, we will be spending the night here. I appreciate you guys coming along with us on this journey. We will be heading north tomorrow. What are you looking at, Christy? Christy. After the video, is there something you don't want to say on the video? Alright, this one's in the bag.